Welcome in. This is your Cut Sweat show for this week's Mayakoba Championship, and we don't have shot length data, which means we're not going to be able to go through the shot by shot stuff, but that's okay. We'll find a way to get some valuable information. So here's what we're going to do over the next, I don't know how long. I thought last week was going to be pretty short because we didn't have shot tracker, we didn't have shot link data, but it ended up going a lot longer than I thought. So we'll see how long we are here for, but I'll give you a data-driven update on how many 6 of 6 lineups there are, who might be a good bet for the weekend if you want me to look at any specific golfers. Let's go ahead and do that. So there are a couple of guys out there that are certainly going to impact the 6 of 6 cut line. But let me show you what I've got going on here with the big board. On the left-hand side, that's your PGA Tour leaderboard. No surprises there. That should look exactly as you expect it to look. The right-hand side, this is cutsweats.com, which is currently showing a 6 of 6 rate, depending on the contest, anywhere between 10 and 15%. That's pretty massive. That's a pretty sizable 6 of 6 rate. The 5 of 6 rate, some places 40%. We'll talk about why that is. So you are going to need not only a 6 of 6 this week, but a very good one to get the job done. And in the bottom right-hand corner, that will always be present. That is Data Golf, which is in real time creating the probability for the cut line. There was a huge swing in it late last week. Right now, 90% likely to be -4 with about a 10% chance that it is -3. 5%, less than 1%. -2, less than anything. 0% at the moment. We did see a big shift in that last week. We'll keep an eye on that, obviously, as we go. Let me take you through. They're in commercial break right now. Let me take you through a couple of things that have impacted this leaderboard today, and I'll get myself out of the way. I've got cutsweats.com sorted here by the highest owned golfers on the slate. Victor Hovland, the defending champion, is the highest owned golfer in the slate. He is T2 right now, 10 under par. So that is number one, while already you're seeing a very high 6 of 6 rate. Joaquin Niemann, 23% owned. He's out there right now. He is currently in a tie for 14th. He's 5 under through 10 holes. So he is certainly trending towards the top of the leaderboard. Abraham Answer, 22% owned. Same thing, trending upwards. He's going to be fine. He's going to make the cut. So you're not going to see a golfer of the highest owned golfers at risk of making the cut probably until you get to Mito Pereira. So he's someone that we're going to have to keep an eye on. He has a lot of holes left. He's currently playing the par 5 7th. He has teed off, and he probably needs to play his final 12 holes at least 1 under, probably 2 under. And he's got plenty of holes left to do it. So we'll check on him throughout the next little bit here. But he's going to be the one who drives at least a little bit of this, 6 of 6 cut rate. If he finds a way to make it through the cut, you might have an 18% 6 of 6 rate. It might be something absolutely wild. Emiliano Grillo, he's out there right now, currently safe, currently a couple shots inside the cut line, a lot of holes left to play. Gooch is fine. Here's the other one. The other one that's going to drive a little bit of this. HV3, Harold Varner III, currently at 3 under par, has had himself a bit of an eventful day. I'm counting 5 birdies, 2 bogeys. Probably has to play his last 6. I'm going to say one more under par, but oh boy, he looks like he's in trouble at the 13th. Had to take a penalty, it looks like. Now, again, when we're in Mexico, when we're in Bermuda, when we're in Punta Cana, you got to kind of take the scoring system, a little bit with a grain of salt here, not knowing how accurate this is, but it looks like he is on the green in 4, just hit a putt for 5. I assume it didn't go in. So at best, it looks like he's going to make a bogey on 13 and make back-to-back bogeys. So Harold Varner III, we'll keep an eye on this as he finishes up this hole. He's at risk now. He is definitely at risk, especially because these final closing holes, 16, 17, 18, as of a little bit earlier, were all playing over par. So certainly going to need to keep an eye on HV3 as he comes in. Will Zalatoris is the other one. Zalatoris currently playing the par 5. Looks like he had a putt for birdie. I don't think it went in. We will see. Looks like he's going to make, I'm assuming, par at worst here, but he has a little bit of work to do. Probably going to need to play his last couple of holes at 2 under is most likely. Varner did make bogey at 13. So that's going to drop him down to -2. -4 right now is likely to be the cut line when this is all said and done, about 90%. So just kind of scrolling through, a lot of 6 of 6s. You could get even more if HV3 and Zalatoris and Mito Pereira find a way to get through the cut line. I will say that the way that Cut Sweats does this, so it was currently showing it's currently got a -3 cut line. So when this updates and HV3 drops out because he's going to drop out of this cut line here, that is going to adjust the 6 of 6 rate just a little bit. So we'll try to keep an eye on that over the course of the next few minutes here. 15% is what it was. We'll see how much HV3 actually does impact that cut line. Real quick, so we'll keep an eye on this stuff over the course of the next little bit here. I'll go through the leaderboard. There were some guys who tried to make some rallies today. Maybe we can learn a little bit of something from their performances. We'll look towards the odds on the weekend, and we'll try to do our best to assess what is going on through almost 2 full rounds here. So back to the big board. Let me sort this. I'm just going to start at the bottom. This is the only true way to go through the leaderboard. What have we learned this week? Were there any big surprises? Well, nothing here at the bottom until maybe you get to Taylor Pendrith, a guy who was in contention and had a 3-shot lead going into the final round last week. Did not play well on Thursday, played much better on Friday. You wonder if there was a little bit of a hangover there, but look at this: 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 18 birdies on all of them. Keep that in mind for Taylor Pendrith. He's going to continue to be a volatile golfer who you might want to roll out in showdown. You might want to roll out for first round leaders, things of that nature. Taylor Pendrith is going to be that type of guy. Guido Migliozzi, this is a little bit surprising. Just no juice this week. Shot a 69 on Thursdays, a couple over par here on Friday. Not going to be, too impressed by that performance. Shane Lowry, same thing. You would have expected better from him. Any other big surprises here? No real big names until you get to Brooks here, -1. So if Brooks is going to make the cut, let's check to see what Brooks's ownership was this week. Only 6.5%. So only 6.5% for Brooks. He's 1 under. He probably needs to play his last 7 holes at 3 under. So we'll keep an eye on that, but Brooks does not appear to be on the verge of making the cut this week. What else do we have here? Oh, Zalatoris just made bogey. Did he 3-putt then? His 4th shot was from the green. His 5th shot was from the green, and his 6th was in the hole. So assuming this is right, Will Zalatoris made bogey on 5, and that might be it for him. He was one of the more highly owned golfers on the slate. 12.2%. Is now probably going to need to play his last 4 3 under par to make his way in. He's on the better side to make that happen. But wow, that looks like a 3-putt from Will Zalatoris on number 5. He is going to likely miss the cut. Brian Gay tried to rally today. 5 under on Friday. Not going to be good enough after his Thursday 75. He's going to miss the cut. Keep an eye on Mito Pereira. Obviously, plenty of golf to be played there. Higo, these are the guys who are trying to fight their way. They're probably going to need to make up 2 shots here. Hatton, Hoffman, Higo, because by the time this thing ends, more likely to be -4 than -3. So these guys have some work to do, and it means that Stanley, Streelman, Perez, Poston, these guys that are done at -2, they're definitely out. Sam Ryder. Oh, Sam Ryder. This is the one that's going to bite me for the week. 73 on Thursday, made an eagle on 5, gave it right back at 6. Oy, unfortunate for Sam. Tried to play hero ball on Friday here. Made birdies on 6, 7, 8, and 9. That was good to see. He had birdies on 13 and 14. Originally, they listed this as a birdie on 15. I guess that was not actually true. They have readjusted that back to a par. And then he made bogey on 18. So his week is done no matter what this cut line goes to, which is really unfortunate. Played much better on Friday than he did on Thursday. Let's see. Johnny Vegas played better today, likely to be outside the cut line. Top of the board. Any surprises? Yeah, Matthew Wolff is someone that I've waited on, and he is proving to be a guy that we should have been early on. So far, so good. Matthew Wolff, 61 on Thursday, another 3 under right now. Looks like he's in good form. Carlos Ortiz was interesting because he had played really well. I know he was popular last week, ended up withdrawing because of a shoulder injury, but had gained strokes on approach in 3 straight. Coming in, and of course he's in Mexico. He's had good success here. And then Victor Hovland, absolutely no surprise. Absolutely no surprise. Very good. Let's see if Cut Sweats has updated this 6 of 6 rate. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. So here's a little insight on how this works here, guys. So that 5%, likely a lot of that driven by, 2 things. I guess there's 2 things here. Cut Sweats has moved the cut line to -4, which let's see what it's currently at. Yeah, okay, so it did officially move to 4. So it's moved to 4 here in the moment, and that is the likely finishing spot for this cut line. So HV3 not only drops out of the cut line, but also moving it to -4 now drops our 6 of 6 rate by about, what was that, 6%? Something like that. 6%, which is a pretty significant jump to make. Now, if you have a 6 of 6, especially depending on the contest, in the 3 max scramble, the rate's closer to 5.7%. The mini max, 4.7. So depending on the contest that you're in, wow. Love to see it. Love to see it. So that 6 of 6 rate did just move in a pretty significant way. Let's see what else we have here. So that means, so -4, if that's now locked in, which, you know, it might, there's literally 65 on it right now. So this might jump back and forth. Like if Whaley makes a bogey and brings everybody back in for a minute or two, but like, it's just very likely to be -4, ending up with the cut line. So that would likely bump out, or it's almost certainly going to bump out Woodland, Sung Kang, Lee Biota, Johnny Vegas. They're all done. Fowler has work to do. Duncan, Hickok, they're all still out there at -3. And then the -2s, including HV3 coming off that bogey, have work to do. Where's Justin Thomas at the moment? Wow, he really... So let's look at this. Because Justin Thomas started here. So he has played his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes at, let's say that was 6 under. So that's 7 at 6 under. And then, so he's played his last 18 at 7, 8, 9, 10, 9 under. There you go. Good stretch of golf for Justin Thomas. He's played his last 18 holes at 9 under. Good to see Ryan Palmer looking like he's on the right side of the cut line there. Very, very cool. So here's what we got. I'm going to pull up the odds here so we can look at the odds from Caesars, because this is, generally speaking, the best time to be betting these. Couple of notes. We are trending significantly towards a 4 under cut line. In fact, as of this moment, that's exactly what it is, -4. Now it might just bounce around between -3 and -4 for a couple of minutes, but seemingly we are going towards -4, and that's where it's going to end. Matthew Wolff putting for another birdie, hung it out to the right, which means the 6 of 6 rate is closer to 5 or 10%, depending on the contest that you're in. The double up is actually closer to 4%. Must have been some pretty chalky guys there. All right, here are the odds. My first look at the odds so far. Let's see what we look at here. Matthew Wolff, who's currently 3 clear. Let me scroll up to the top of the board so you can see this. So Wolff is 3 clear with, I believe, 8 to go, because he just finished up on 10 with a par. 2-1. Victor Hovland, 7-1. 3 shots back at the moment. Aaron Wise, 10-1. He's not had himself a good day. He was, look at this stretch. So he makes eagle on 13, bogey on 14, birdie on 15, double on 16, bogey on 17, did not hit a good shot on 18. The good news for Wise, and has he hit yet? I wonder if this is his. Okay, so here's what I think is interesting with Aaron Wise. He's on the very gettable side right now. So if you look at this, let me see if I can pull this up. Aaron Wise is on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are playing combined about, what's that? 0.3, 0.8, 0.9, about almost a full stroke, 0.8 of a stroke under par. Those handful of holes that he has left. So if he beats that by a shot, you're talking about him probably getting 2 more under par. He gets to 11. He's 10-1. That's probably not long enough. It's probably not long enough. I like the way, I don't think that number's all that great, but I do like Aaron Wise to kind of move himself back up towards the top of this board, get himself to 10, 11 under. Maybe if you get really lucky, he gets to 12 under by the end of the day. So maybe it's not the worst for him to be at 10 under par. Probably not the best line, but it's not the worst. Ortiz is in, and he's 14-1. See, that's interesting to me. Let me think about this. Ortiz at 14 and he's in at 10, or Wise at 10 and he's still playing at 9 under. I mean, Ortiz, who's already won, who's had great success at this course, not that Wise hasn't, but that number feels long to me. 14-1 for Carlos Ortiz. It's the same number as Billy Horschel, who's 2 shots back. He's still out there. Ooh, 14. That's the first one that kind of grabs my attention. What else do we have here? Gooch at 22. So he's done at 9. So he might be 4, 5, maybe 6 shots back. What are they hanging Bill Haas at? Not that I think he's going to win this thing, but Bill Haas is 80-1. He's done 4 shots back at the moment. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on these odds. I obviously have a Hovland outright before this event. I obviously have an Aaron Wise outright before this event. We talked about that. But Carlos Ortiz at 14 and done at 10 under feels interesting to me. Will Zalatoris is likely done here. He's probably going to need to birdie 3 out of his last 4 to make this cut. Mito Pereira luckily has plenty of holes to go, but it does not look like he's going to take advantage of number 7, the par 5. So he was in the rough, then in the native area, then in the greenside bunker. So his 4th from the bunker. So he's trying to get up and down for par. He needs to play a couple under, but he has a lot of holes to go. Here is Varner, who is just in full psycho mode. Birdie, birdie, bogey, bogey, 2 under. Needs to play his last 5 at 2 under. He's playing from the fairway right now. We'll keep an eye on those. Yes, I can check some lineups here. So there is a comment from Philly Fingers. So what cutsweats.com allows you to do, which is actually one of probably the best features. Well, there's a lot of good features, but this is really cool, is you can actually change your DraftKings username in here and look at anyone's lineups. So let me try this. Sano Man. And it is case sensitive, so hopefully I have this correct. Yeah, okay. So let's look at your lineups here, and I'll try to zoom out so we can see this. Looks like you have quite a few 6 of 6s at the moment. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 of them, a couple of 5 of 6s. Could any of these 5 of 6s turn into 6 of 6s? Swafford. Who's on the outside looking in on this one? Streelman, no, he's done. That's going to stay at a 5 of 6. I'm just trying to see if you have any 5 of 6s that could turn into 6 of 6s, but you have a couple of 6 of 6s. Let's see this. Let's look at your, yeah, here you go. All right. So let's look at your 20 max. You have, as of this moment, 40% of your lineups are are 5 of 6s, 20% are 6 of 6s. Let's see how that compares to the rest of the field. Yeah, quite well. So you are about twice the field in 6 of 6s, and you are a little better than average in 5 of 6s. So if this can hold, you are likely in fairly good position here to have a winning week. Your big leverage spots, let's see. Your big leverage spots, Abraham Answer, you have 65% of Answer to the field's 20%. You have a huge leverage spot on Alex Noren, who's also in the top 25. So you're certainly rooting for him to make a move over the course of the weekend. You have a pretty significant leverage spot on Joel Damon, who's playing well. Yeah, this is pretty strong. Your biggest exposure that might burn you is Streelman, but he's not in any of those. Obviously, not in any of those 6 of 6s because he's done and he's not going to make it. So I think you're in for a pretty decent weekend here. So here's what you're also rooting for. You're also rooting for this. You're also rooting for Mito to get the heck out of here, right? Because he is 16% owned in that contest, and you do not have a single lineup with him. Interesting. Okay, very cool. Yeah, you are possibly in the midst of a good weekend. So good luck to you. Yeah, this cut line is bouncing now. So you'll see exactly what I said would happen here. One guy drops back, brings it back down to -3 for a second. It's unlikely to stay here. Data Golf is pushing it to -4 93% of the time. We just saw it at -4. Cut Sweats is doing exactly what it should, which is updating in real time to -3. So we're back to that 15% 6 of 6 rate. -4 very likely to be the cut here. So you're going to probably see that drop back down another 5% here once somebody makes a birdie and jumps this back to -4. Yeah. Maybe 2 guys, actually. Mito made bogey on 7. Okay, so that's what I was worried about, that he was trying to get up and down from that greenside bunker, and it looks like he did not. So Mito is now really in some type of way. Zalatoris does not make birdie at 6, so he's got a birdie the last 3. And Varner, look at this, continues his psycho scorecard. Birdie, birdie, bogey, bogey, birdie, now sits at -3. So still needs one more. Still needs one more. And if you look, 16, 17, and 18 are the only, not anymore, but basically the only 3 holes on the course that are playing over par. I know that 10 and 6 are too, but it's very, very small. 16 has been horrid to these guys. 18 as well. So if Varner is going to make the cut, he is going to have to birdie, well, I guess he could do it on 15, but like he's got a very tough stretch of golf ahead of him. I'd be very impressed if he made the cut. I do not think he is a favorite to make the cut. Just because if he plays every hole to, let's see, he's on 15. If he plays every hole to its average, he's going to be about a half a stroke over par, and he's got to play it. He's got to play these last 4 holes a shot and a half under par, or a shot and a half better than the field, which is a tough task. So he's an underdog to make this cut, but we'll obviously see. Let's see if any of these numbers have changed here for the betting odds. Wolf is getting shorter. He was plus 200. He's now plus 163. I'll tell you what, I wonder what number, if Ortiz, I mean, would you feel safe with Matthew Wolf 4 shots clear? He's a very, very volatile golfer. He could certainly punt it away. We saw Taylor Pendrith punt 3 shots over just a handful of holes last week. We see it all the time. I'm just staring at this Carlos Ortiz number at 14, and I'm wondering if it's going to go to 16 or 18 if Wolf makes another birdie here soon, or if I should bet it now. So here's the dilemma. Here's the dilemma. Wolf, obviously playing great, and the fact that he's out there, he has more holes that he can birdie, but he's still going to have to play that tough stretch of 16, 17, and 18. So if you like, I want to bet Carlos Ortiz, and I'm trying to decide if I should wait and hope Wolf makes this birdie on 10 and it goes to like 16 or 18 to 1. Or if I don't want to wait till the end of the round, because if he coughs up a shot or two on 16, 17, or 18, that number is going to get shorter. So here's what I'll say. I think I want Wolf to make this birdie putt that he's standing over right now on number 10. It's on the way. He made it. Dead in the heart. Great putt. So that's going to move him to 14 under. I think I'll wait. Can I fade the par 5? Here's what I'll do. I will look to bet Ortiz when Wolf gets kind of into this stretch of 14, 15, and we'll check what that number is. And I'll likely bet it then, because it only gets longer probably. Let me check a couple other of these lineups here. So again, this is cutsweats.com. Highly encourage you all to pay. This is the only other service that I pay for. PAAK 17. Or actually, hold on. Let me go in order here. JG Funk. Sorry, didn't want to skip you, JG Funk. It's the only other service that I pay for. So highly encourage you to as well. You can look up, listen, if there's somebody that you admire that you want to look up their lineups, you can look up their lineup. There's a lot of things that you can do here. So let's see here, JG. You are in the 20 max birdie. Oh, wow. So 90% of your lineups are either 5 of 6s or 6 of 6s. So that's obviously really great. 25% of them are 6 of 6, which is 2.5 times the 6 of 6 rate in that contest. You are twice as heavy in 5 of 6s as the field. Great. Let's see what else you have here. Let's see where your big ownership discrepancies are. Hudson Swafford. Wow. That's going to be a sweat, my friend, because Swafford's at -3 with 8 holes to go and is probably going to need to get to -4. Now, luckily, he's coming in on the front. That's what you want. Although he just made bogey on 1. Wow. So you are in full sweat mode on Hudson Swafford because you have 50% of your lineups with Hudson Swafford in them. And he's at 2.2% ownership. Joel Damon, another guy. Now he's going to get through. That would be a really good guy for you to win this golf tournament with. Unfortunately, half your lineups have Kevin Streelman, but it appears that all of your I bet you all of your Kevin Streelman lineups, because you have so many 5 of 6s and 6. Well, I guess, yeah. He's probably burning all of those. Because Gooch is going to make it through. Henley's going to make it through. Norlander has some work to do. You probably have a lot of Streelman Norlander lineups too, where those guys kind of kill each other. Victor, yeah, this is good. And again, you're another guy not rooting for Mito because you do not have a single share of him. Wow, guys, first couple lineups that we checked, you guys don't have any shares of Mito. That's great. All right, Hybrid. I cannot believe you haven't subscribed to this yet, Hybrid. Let's see what you got going on here. All right. 10% 6 of 6s in the short game. That is probably, dead on. Twice as much in 5 of 6s. That's good. Wow, we've got some good lineups in the community this week. Ownership, big on Aaron Wise. Oops, hold on. I want to do it this way. Wow, you're also 85% on Hudson Swafford, and he's 1.8% owned. So we've got a Hudson Swafford sweat. I can add him to the leaderboard. Seamus, okay, he's playing all right. Stenson, wow, you have 70% of Stenson. He's 1.5% owned. He's got work to do, I unfortunately have to tell you. Very interesting. Hovland is going to win anyway, says Matthew Dukes. Hannah, yes, you are correct. He is just going to win anyway. They're in a playing through right now, so let me just check up on some of these guys. Mito, who I guess in the guys that we've been sweating here are rooting for Mito to miss the cut. Zalatoris is on 7. He absolutely needs to take advantage of that. Swafford, okay, he's teeing off on 2. And then look at this. So Varner is apparently going to have a birdie putt, or maybe he already hit that birdie putt on number 15 without the shot tracer. I believe that means he already hit it. I'm not positive about that. We're gonna have to wait and see. Really disappointing day from Aaron Wise at the moment, although he is trying to fix that. Birdies at 3 and 4. How is he still only 1 under then? Oh, yeah, okay. Birdies at 3 and 4. He's on the par 5 right now. Probably going to no. How did he hit 3 shots from the primary rough on this hole? Still not on the green yet. Yikes. Not a great day there. Hey, Rick, I looked at cut sweats. What's the difference between tier 1 and tier 2? Can you check to see how I'm doing? I don't know the difference between the two. I just pay for, what is it, $20 a month or whatever? That's what I pay, I think. I don't want to log out. Hold on a second. So let's see what the difference is. Tier 1. Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know if you can see this. So it looks like it's just tier 1 is analysis on contests with a max buy-in of $10. So if you only play, anything less than $10, $10 a month would probably be just fine. Although I guess you couldn't look up other people if you wanted to see I don't know, what your favorite DFS guy was playing, or $20 a month is seemingly no buy-in restriction. So this is what I have. We're still technically at a -3 cut line, but -4 seems inevitable at the moment. We are at about 17%, 6 of 6, which again will change. That will change. Is Davis Riley making the cut is the question. Probably not. He's going to have to play his second 9 about a shot and a half better than the field. That's hard to do. I mean, think about it. It's hard to be a shot and a half better on the field over the course of an entire round. To do it in 9 holes, it's really hard. He's definitely not a favorite to make the cut. If you're needing to make up strokes, if you're Brooks Koepka, no, that's not a good example. If you're Ryan Moore, you're Roger Sloan, 2 under and finishing up on the front, that's where you want to be. So no, I mean, I'd be very impressed if Davis Riley made the cut, because I do not believe he is a favorite to do so. Okay, Varner finally makes a par. So Varner makes a par at 15, and he's going into the gauntlet now. So 16, 17, 18, and he's going to have to probably play him at 1 under. So he's headed to the gauntlet. Swafford seemed to just miss the green, was in the fringe on his second shot, or I guess laying 3. So we'll see if he can kind of just get up and down for par at number 2. My personal sweat, Tokyo Swan, is basically over because of Sam Ryder. So I'll probably have a really good 5 of 6, but I don't think that is going to matter at all. I guess I still have I have plenty of, Victor tickets and Aaron Wise tickets and stuff like that. But Sam Ryder is going to devastate me. Okay, it does look like Swafford got up and down from there, so he's going to move on. He's through 11. Is it really a gauntlet they are playing, says JG? I mean, you tell me. You tell me how you describe this stretch of golf. where 16, 17, and 18 are playing a combined 6/10 over par, and it's the only 3-hole stretch. It's the only stretch of the golf course where back-to-back holes are playing over par, and 3 of them are playing over par. So I would, yeah, I would call that a gauntlet. Certainly not the side you want to be finishing on. Hey, Rick, thanks again for these shows. Just got here, so I've missed some info. Can you explain the role of ownership in DFS scoring and or payout? I mean, why is it important to consider? Man. Okay, so I should probably make a note about this because that's a really good, like, long-winded topic. Why is ownership important? So the short of it is, let me show you this on CutSweats. So here's cutsweats.com. So here are the highest owned golfers on the slate. So, or actually, let me do it another way. Let me do it by position on the leaderboard. So here's the top of the leaderboard. So what we have here are obviously golfers in their spots and how owned they are. So Victor Hovland, who is 24% owned, is very highly owned. If he wins that, if he wins this golf tournament, he's going to help a lot of people, obviously. However, if Anirban Lahiri wins this tournament at 0.48% owned, he's going to help greatly a very small percentage of people. So if you are one of those very small percentages of people, Anirban Lahiri winning this would be just like a dream come true. And if Anirban Lahiri wins, the rest of your lineup does not have to be as good because there's only going to be a handful of you that have Anirban Lahiri. If Victor Hovland wins this, there's going to be 24% of you who have the winner in the winning lineup. But like now it's like, okay, well, who was your second best player? Was it Aaron Wise, who also everyone else has? You know what I mean? Like you're going to have to differentiate yourself or break your ties much further down the board. You're not going to need nearly as good of a lineup if someone like Lahiri wins it. So it just allows you, obviously you want to make the best lineup. Some weeks the best lineup is just full of chalk, and most weeks it's not. And this just gives you leverage on the field when you start considering ownership. I could probably do 9 hours of that. So that's the short of it. I'll do something bigger, hopefully this off season here. Mito's still struggling. Zalatoris is probably going to be done here shortly. Varner is getting to 16. Has he teed off yet? It looks like he has. A question about Grillo's ownership. He is 14% owned. Yes, so he would be impactful to the cut line, which at the moment is still, I believe we're still at -3. Data Golf projecting it to -4. It was already there for a little bit. 18%, 6 of 6. I mean, if it happened to hold at 8.6, or I'm sorry, at 18.6 or 18.5, that's got to be one of the largest 6 of 6 rates that I can remember. I mean, we're usually sub 10% now, especially when in the days of T65 and ties instead of, the T70 and ties. If Zalatoris doesn't birdie 7, we can probably give him a boot here because he's just very unlikely to make the cut. So with a -4, which again is what we're trending towards. Yeah. So if Grillo somehow misses this cut, so here he is. If he somehow misses this cut, he would then become the highest owned golfer to miss the cut. He's safe right now, but he is on the line. If it's not him, the next likely candidate for highest owned to miss the cut would be Varner, who still has those holes to play. We'll keep an eye on him. After that, it would be definitely Streelman because he's done and he will not make the cut. So that'd be 11%. And then after that, it would be, again, Tringale. He's already done. Yeah. So those are the guys that are the big movers here. Okay, so it does look like Varner was in the fairway at 16. So that's great news. Because he needs to make one. If he made one at 16, that's absolute stealing. Because 16 is the hardest hole on the golf course by a mile, nearly a half a shot over par. If Varner could somehow steal one there, maybe make a birdie, and I know I'm asking a lot. All I know that he's in the fairway, but wow, that would be special. So we'll keep an eye on that. Actually, I'll keep him up. Rick, why don't you organize some lengthy classes on fantasy golf and DFS? How to do it, soup to nuts, charge for it. Yeah, I've done some courses on different topics in the past, and I do like that. I do like coming from kind of an educational aspect. Just a matter of, I suppose, time and putting it together. They're usually very, very, very labor intensive to put together, but that'd be pretty cool. Justin Thomas putting for eagle. Does this go in? No, but he's going to tap it in for birdie, and he's going to move to 7 under, and that is going to be an unbelievable, like 20-hole stretch from Justin Thomas, who was kind of out of this thing. Did he just tap it in? Where'd he go? He's here, but he's going to tap this in. Really great stretch of golf. Matthew Wolff is putting. Is this for another birdie? It is for, show the graphic. Of course they don't show the graphic. He missed it left. Lacked the pace. But I'm assuming that was just for birdie, so he's going to tap in for par, I believe. Show me the scorecard. They didn't show it, so let's find out. Yeah, I'm going to assume that was for that he just made par there. You know, Grillo's a little bit scary because he's so volatile, and also he's got the harder side coming in. Swafford, okay. Zalatoris. All right, we're cutting Zalatoris here. So he's now on 8. He's got 2 holes to go. He probably needs to play them 3 under. Will Zalatoris is very likely to miss the cut. 12% owned. He is also at risk of being the highest owned golfer to miss the cut. We'll see what Varner does. We'll see what Grillo does. We'll see what Mito does. Actually, I guess Mito is going to be the highest owned golfer to miss the cut. I mean, a lot of good names that people like, you know, when you get 5 guys over 20% and they're all inside the top, 4 of them are inside the top 15, like, yeah, great week for models and stats and things like that. If everybody came to similar conclusions. %18.5%. And does anybody remember anything like that? Maybe I can reach out to Nelson. I don't know if he keeps track of that. Christian says, is it still projected to move to -4? Yep. So at all times on this stream, the projected cut line is in the bottom right-hand corner. So as of right now, it says -4 is 92.5%. It's been greater than 90%, basically for the last couple of hours, I think. 7.5% that it's -3, -4 still likely to be the cut line. Yeah, when the course is playing 2 shots under par, the more holes these guys play, the better the scores we're going to get, which is why even while it's currently at -3, the projections can say this is going to go to -4 because these guys who are already at -3, you get a couple of them to make birdies to move up, and it's going to move the whole cut line. Really interested to see what Varner's doing at 16. Very hard hole. I might have to boot Mito until he gets closer. Doesn't deserve the spot right now, unfortunately. This HV3 sweat though is very real. HV3 13.75% playing the difficult stretch of the golf course. This is going to be fun here. He's birdied 3 of his last 6, but he's also bogeyed 2 of them. It's a great little scorecard we have here on the back. The top of the leaderboard might not see too much disruption here. I guess Neiman could get himself up into second, but unlikely to see too much disruption. Did Brooks just chip in? Wow, he did. So Brooks just chipped in at 14. So that gets him to -3. Oh, Varner missed the green with his second. So that's going to put Brooks to -3, and he's got 4 holes to go, and he's going to likely just need one more birdie coming in, but that's the tough stretch. So here we go. Brooksy trying to get this thing rocking and rolling. It appears that Varner missed the green and is in the rough for his third shot. So he absolutely needs to get up and down. If he doesn't, very, very tough task for him to find the weekend. Very tough. So we'll keep a close eye on this because we're going to get a conclusion of this hole here for HV3 seemingly very, very shortly. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Finau knocks that putt in, but it was for bogey, drops to -6. And it looks like they're going to commercial. Or they're just showing the leaderboard. I can't tell. I don't have the sound on. What a day for Aaron Wise. Eagle, bogey, birdie, double, bogey, birdie, birdie, bogey on a 5. Yikes. Horrible. Look at Doc. Look at Doc with a 66 on Friday to move himself up 51 spots to get himself inside the top 30. Look at you. Let's go, Doc. He's not hitting a lot of fairways this week, but he's hitting a lot of greens. See what Wolf's doing. My God, he's hitting 86% of his fairways, and he hasn't missed one on Friday. Oh, my goodness. Let's see what Victor's doing. See how unlucky. Did you guys see this? So on, I think it was on number 1. Yeah, it has to be on number 1. Victor has a wedge in from the middle of the fairway. Hits a sprinkler head 4 steps away from the pin. It flies 30 yards into the trees, loses his ball, can't find it, ends up taking double. Unbelievably unlucky. And he's still 10 under. So good. Look at Brooks with the charge. Varner, we are still waiting for this resolution. He's going to very much dictate a lot of this, not a lot of it, but a significant portion of this 6 of 6 rate, which is right now, in my memory, the highest I can remember, 18.5%. Obviously, depending on the contest, somewhere between 12 and 18. But I usually just use the biggest contest there. So that 100K to first. So that is, I guess maybe I should use the flop shot. That's actually probably better. 13%. 13%. Which is still pretty significant. But if Varner drops out and Grillo drops out, that would impact it. So we'll keep an eye on that. Wolf is plus 150. Hovland is plus 650. I wanted to see, we're a couple holes away. I wanted to see, like right here on 14 and 15, I want to see Carlos Ortiz's odds. I might pull the trigger on it. 14-1's not, I mean, it's not going to get any shorter than that. So I think I'm safe to wait. All right. Wolf is hitting out of what appears to be the first cut. So I'm not sure if he was able to get a hand on this ball. 208 yards into 12. Looks like it's leaking right on him a little bit. Came up short. Just short of the green. Oh, no. Grillo looks like he just went back-to-back bogeys. Oh, no. This is going to change things. So, Grillo's 14% owned. If he misses the cut, he's going to be the second highest owned golfer to miss the cut because Pereira's probably going to miss the cut as well. This is going to be impactful here. We are seeing a little bit of not steam, but a little bit of movement towards -3, just a little bit. Only 7.5%, tiny bit, but just worth noting. But wow, we might have a little bit of a shakeup here. If Grillo drops and Varner stays out, we are in trouble here. Not we, just like the industry in general. Damon putting for birdie on 15. Missed it. Show me what happened with Varner. Lahiri 66-1. He's better than you think. I watched him a lot at Summerlin. He's pretty good. Wolf is plus 163. It's almost unbettable. Like, I get why, but it's just hard to close. Here's Koepka on 15. His tee shot on 15. That looks long to me. Yeah, he flew it over the pin. That's going to be a little bit of a tricky pitch. So he's going to try not to give back that shot that he just picked up. But I'm dying to see this Varner resolution on 16. Dying to see it. Wow, back-to-back bogeys. I just can't. So, no, back-to-back-to-back. So, Grillo's made bogey on 9, 10, and 11. Oh, my God. Swafford is really just here because he is a, of the chat. He is a high-leverage spot for the chat. He needs to make one coming in. Koepka's in a weird spot. Show me what Varner did. We've been sitting on his third shot for 10 minutes. There's no way. There's no way he hasn't finished this yet. Unless they're waiting on a ruling or something. Which I don't know how they could be. This is an interesting spot here for Wolf. He's just off the front of the green. He's going to try to putt this. I mean, it's very likely he gets down in 2 and saves par, but like, this is always one of those weird ones when he's trying to putt from off the green that this bobbles or this jumps and you leave yourself with 4 or 5 feet for par. And then you're like, oh crap. And you kind of just spend one here and give one away kind of just accidentally, just like very quickly. So I'm interested to see. He looks like he's close enough. I don't think it's going to jump too much when it comes over the seam here. All right, he's putting from just off the green. That rolled pretty good. Okay. We'll tap it in. We'll tap it in. So that's par. What are we doing with Varner? How can he cannot possibly be, so this has to be tee shot, second from the fairway. He misses the green. So he hits a chip. He's got to be on the green, right? I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. Scotty Scheffler making a bit of a move, huh? 3 birdies in a row, and now he's on the par 5, finishing on the right side. Dang, maybe we should have looked at Scotty Scheffler. Now he's down to 10-1. That was probably a mistake. Might play some online poker tonight. If any of you are on WSOP.com. We'll see. We'll see how the rest of the day goes. But if you see me over there, give me a holler. I cannot believe we are like, what are we doing here with this Varner thing? Koepka's in a really awkward spot. And Grillo's making my heart hurt. So we are still currently at -3 for the cut line. It's likely to go to -4 according to datagolf.com 93% of the time. Okay. Varner made par, which, believe it or not, great score. Great score on 16, especially because he missed the green. So 17 and 18. Not easy. Both playing. They are the second and third hardest hole on the course. So he's going to have some work to do because he probably needs to play him at 1 under. Probably. Although, are we going to get, so this is what happened last week. Last week, it was like for 5 hours, 75% in one direction. And then in a matter of 90 seconds, not even 5 seconds, it flipped the other way, which I had my qualms about last week. Are we going to see that? Are we going to see like -4? I don't think so, just because of the way the course is setting up. But like, are we going to see this flip to -3, 50% in like 5 seconds? I've got 10 6 of 6 lineups, Rick, says James. Congratulations, James. Good luck the rest of the way. Oh, Hudson Swafford makes a 2 on number 4 to get to -4. So now the chat says, hold. Just hold on right there, Hudson. Stop the count. A lot of leverage in the chat on Hudson Swafford. Stay at -4. Here we go. A little bit of a trend. -3 is now 11%. Are we going to see this again 2 weeks in a row? There's life to -3. There's life. Although it did just move to -4. Like as of right now, it is -4. We'll see if I can get, well, I don't know. I think update, Cut Sweats updates, every 5 minutes? I don't know if it does every 5 minutes or live. We'll see if we can catch it here at -4 and see what that flop shot rate goes to. Horschel for birdie to get to 9 under. Probably stay with you guys until Varner's done. And then I probably got to roll, but should probably have most things decided by then. So currently at -4. That's the current, in this moment, cut line. It is also projected to be the final cut line around 88% of the time, according to Cut Sweats, datagolf.com. According to Cut Sweats, here we go. So here's the there's the update to -4. Still showing about 15% for the flop shot as the 6 of 6 rate. See if that changes at all. So if it's -4, Mito is going to be the guy who misses the cut, who's the highest owned. Grillo could be. He's not even at -4. So okay, this has to update because he's at -3. That's gonna drive this down. Yeah, so these are a little out of sync. They'll get synced up here, but Grillo is going to drop out of this, which is going to impact the 6 of 6 number. So once Grillo updates, I think we're going to see that change. Ooh, Neiman made a pretty good run there at it. Okay. Varner is off and running on 17. What did Koepka? Wow, Koepka made par from the back of 15. That's a pretty good par. I'll definitely give that up to him. That was a tough little spot. Mito is toast. I tend to agree with that sentiment here. He's just going to need to find a lot of life very, very quickly, which is, generally tough to do. There it is. Okay. Wow. There's the update. There's the cutsweats.com update. -4. Wow. We just cut 12% of lineups out of the 6 of 6. It went from in the flop shot, it was about 15%. Now it's about 3.8. So we just had a huge cut. I knew I was waiting for that to jump up here. So now your 6 of 6 rate looks much more like what a normal 6 of 6 rate is over the past couple of, years since they went to T65 and ties. 3.8% in the flop shot, 6% in the Mega Snowman, 4% in the Scramble, 3.5% in the Mini Max. Wow. Real small. Now the 5 of 6 goes to about 15 to 20%, 17 to 20%, somewhere in there. So now those 6 of 6s, no matter how good they are starting to look pretty good, right? When you're in the top 3.5%, 4%, that's looking really good. You love to see that. Are we still at -4? Yes, still at this moment, exactly at 65. Oh, I think it just moved. No, it didn't. Sorry, someone else came in. So now we're at 66 at -4. So that is probably, see, this is incredible here, because we're actually seeing the real cut line move. And like more guys are coming into the cut line at -4, and Data Golf is showing -3 gaining steam. Only 14%, but that's the highest it's been since we've been on. But there are currently 66 inside the cut line at -4. Varner was in the fairway at 7, hits a lot of fairways. Very good driver, or at least accurate driver when he's on. What is Grillo doing? So misses the fairway on 12, hits it to the fringe. Hopefully makes par. Man, that is going to really be something ugly. Aaron Wise. Homie. What happened? What happened? You were so good yesterday. Well, you can see it. He's hitting half of the number of greens and putting worse. There you go. That's the recipe. Scotty Scheffler has birdied his last 3. This is his third shot on the par 5. Tap it in. 4 in a row. Wow. That's the dangerous thing about Scotty Scheffler. We've seen this, right? This is why he's been a very valuable showdown player, um, single round player, matchups wise, because he can do this. He can just go nuts, right? So birdie on 13 and 18. Didn't really have much going, and now he's going to birdie 4 in a row, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Very good for him. Okay, Wolf in the fairway on the par. Okay, so after this hole, I probably want to check Ortiz's odds. So this is second shot, 229 on the par 5. He does not like it. It is drawing away from the hole. Misses the green left. He's going to have a lot of room to work, but he'll have to try to get up and down for birdie. So we're going to check Carlos Ortiz's number when Matthew Wolff finishes that hole. So that'll put a bow on that Ortiz number for me. Waiting on a Varner update. Aaron Wise hitting his third into a par 5. He's been terrible today. That looked a hair chunky to me. That was pretty good. Pretty good. He'll have like 2 feet for birdie. All right, come on. Get it going. Get it going. Get it going. So here's where we're at, peeps. Generally speaking, I think this Varner round is the most interesting thing we have going. The Grillo one is kind of interesting. We are currently inside or 40. We're -4. That's the cut line. Data Golf still showing an 85% probability that that's what it's going to finish at. 14% -3. 6 of 6 rate has plummeted in the last 15 minutes when it went to -4. So we're at about 4%, 6%, depending on the contest. But that is much more like what we're used to seeing. Matthew Wolff is your favorite to win this golf tournament. Carlos Ortiz has my attention at 14-1. I'm waiting like 5 more minutes until Wolff finishes this hole to see if it goes to 16 or 18. But either way, I'm going to bet this. We just had another guy move inside of -4. So now 67 guys at -4. Yeah. And look what that just did to Data Golf here. Now solidifying the position of -4 at 95%. So we've got 67 inside the cut. Which is kind of what we were expecting here. What happened to Poulter? He's -4 and he's putting for par and he missed it? Whoa, I did not see this. Poulter made, hardest hole on the course. Made an 8 on 16, and this is going to cost him the cut. So this is going to be interesting because he's also going to make at least a bogey on 17. He just left that one like 5 feet short for par. So he's going to at least drop to -3. That's going to move him outside the cut line. So we are going to have one drop down out of this cut, which helps the -3s, but you're going to need more than that. But wow, Poulter. That's jarring. Look at Hatton. Playing well coming in. Oh man, Varner looks like he missed the green with his second. So trying to get up and down for par, and he absolutely needs it. If he does not get up and down, HV3's week is very likely to be over, and he will become one of the more highly owned guys to miss the cut, according to cutsweats.com. I'm very interested to see Wolff's short game here. He's got a lot of green to work with. It's going to be a little lie dependent, I think. Let's see what he does here. Looks like a pretty high lofted club, 60 degree or something. I always think it's interesting these guys don't chip with their glove on. Maybe I should try that, not chipping with my glove on. All right, here he goes. That's pretty darn good, I'd say. Rolls out. Ooh, that was pretty good. Rolled out about 5 feet or so. So he's going to have 5 feet for birdie. We'll see how that goes. Still waiting on the Varner update. He's the most interesting thing we have going on right now. Grillo is just killing everybody. Koepka has a chance to get in this thing inside the cut. We'll keep an eye on that. At the moment, 67 inside the cut, although Poulter is going to he's going to drop himself out of that. And Scotty, yeah, there it is. So he made I believe bogey on 17. They haven't posted it yet, but that's what it's going to be. So he's dropped oh my God, he's dropped 5 shots in 2 holes. Wow. And he went from a tie for 12th to missing the cut. Weird game. Very weird game. Okay. So, okay, I'll tell you what, man. Varner has made 2 really good pars at 16 and 17. The problem is he cannot live with pars. He needs a birdie. So now we're on 18. He needs the birdie the last hole. I believe it's the second hardest hole in the course. And he needs it. Is this Aaron Wise they're showing? That's a decent shot on a par 3. Yeah, if Justin Rose just wants to just go away, that'd be great. Swafford's still hanging on tough. Yeah, I don't think there's too much more we're waiting on a resolution for outside of Varner here. This Varner resolution is going to be the big one. So we're currently showing a 4.8% 6 of 6 rate, according to cutsweats.com. That's much more in line with what we were expecting when we came in, although it did get as high as, 18%. Okay, Wolf did make it. So that's going to move him to 15. So watch this. Here's what we're going to do. I want to get okay, so Ortiz did go to 16, right? He was 14, now he's 16. Let's see if it moves at all in the next 2 minutes. I don't know if they've already seen that. I don't know if Caesar has already seen that that Wolf birdie to get to 15. But let's see if this Ortiz number moves at all. Just going to give this one more second over here. Ooh, Houston Open field. Sam Burns, Sung J M. Who else? Cam Davis. Hatton. Higgs, Homa. Brooks. Oh, both Koepkas. Who else? Pendrith, Mito, Seamus, Doc. Scotty Scheffler. It's going to be a pretty decent field. Who else? Whoa. What was that shot? Did someone just cold shank one? What was that? Oh, Koepka. Speaking of Koepka, he's got like a 3-wood or a 5-wood or something. It looked like he cold shanked it. He's lucky it stayed in. Very close to going into the penalty area. Back to next week's field. I see. That's about it. Matthew Wolf's playing again. Aaron Wise is playing again. Okay, I've waited long enough. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bet this Carlos Ortiz number at 16-1. So that's where we're at. All right, I bet Carlos Ortiz. I'm going to bet Carlos Ortiz at 16 here. That's the one that's got my attention for the weekend. I already have outrights on Hovland and Aaron Wise, so I'm not going to touch that again. But Ortiz is the one that's interesting. We are certainly, again, now we're pushing back towards -4. This thing is, it's going to lock itself up at -4 here, and it's probably already currently the cut. It is. There's 68 inside the cut line. This is just barreling towards absolutely locking up at -4. It's just a matter of whether Harold Varner III is going to be involved in it. And he has just teed off on 18 and he needs to birdie it. That is the final thing that we're waiting on. Emiliano Grillo. He has a par 5 in front. Oh my God. Scotty Scheffler just made another one, 5 in a row. Grillo needs to make, needs to play him 1 under coming in. Koepka, I don't know what that shot was for. See, I don't think this is right. So it says shot number 1, shot 2 is a penalty and a drop. I don't believe. I thought he was on the cart path. I wasn't watching perfectly, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he was on the cart path and his drop was not a penalty. Maybe I missed him dropping it on the cart path and then taking relief from the cart path. I don't know that, but I'm not sure what Koepka's on right now, but I'll keep an eye out for it. Yeah. So we're just waiting on this Varner resolution and I'll get out of here. Get you guys out of here. Get you back to your Friday. We've got a 4.8% 6 of 6 rate. And I know a lot of the chat is a big fan of Hudson Swafford. A lot of leverage there, who at the moment, oh boy. And well, he's in, but he's, again, looks like he has taken a penalty drop. We'll see how that shakes out, but we're waiting to see for the masses whether it is going to be Mito Pereira, Emiliano Grillo, or Howard Varner III that are going to be the highest owned golfers to miss the cut. Those are the 3 at risk, and Varner's the one that we are waiting on at the moment here. I believe Varner has teed off. I believe when they say shot 1, that's he's already hit it. Look at this round from Scotty Scheffler, by the way. Birdies on 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Scorching. Absolutely scorching stuff. I would like to get an update on that Brooks. Maybe it looks like they're going to commercial. Maybe I'll just rewind. But I wanted to see. So shot 1 from tee box, shot 2 penalty, 3 from rough, 4 from rough. I didn't think that was a penalty. Maybe I can go back real quick, unless I missed it. I don't know. I thought it was cart path relief, but maybe it was not. If it wasn't, he's almost certainly done now because he's going to be hitting his at best At best, he'll make bogey. Might make double. So we'll see on that. Still waiting on Varner's approach into 18. Varner is plus 75,750 to 1 to win this golf tournament at the moment. I wonder what he is to just make the cut. Poulter now 500 to 1 to win because he's going to miss the cut. Wow. Hatton at 250 is actually not the worst thing I've ever seen. Where is he? I mean, he's 5 under. He's made 2 in a row. He's getting to set. What if he gets 2 more? What if he gets the 7 under? If he gets the 7 under, he shouldn't be 250 to 1. I mean, obviously that it's just no like Hatton. How is Hatton's odds longer than Brooks Koepka's odds? None of these are going to happen, right? Don't get me wrong. Hatton's not going to win. Koepka's not going to win, but Koepka's not even going to make the cut. Hatton is like on the right side of this. Has has a couple of holes to play. Could be at 7 under. Like that's just shocking. I wish I could just take this and be like, you got this. Like you got this line wrong. This line's wrong. I'm not going to ever cash this bet, but this line's wrong. But I suppose they don't have to be as exact on those odds. All right, so what are we up to, HV3? Okay, so it looks like he did hit the fairway, and he looks like he's now hit his approach shot. So we'll see. The next thing that comes up for Varner needs to say shot 3 in the hole, or his week is done. That's what we're waiting for. That's the resolution. So the next thing, if you are one of the 13.75% that have rostered Harold Varner III, you need the next thing here to say shot 3 in the hole. And you did not. Shot 3 from primary rough. So assuming that this is all correct, HV3 is going to miss the cut because at best he's going to be able to make par. All right, so here's Koepka. This is a putt, and they don't have the graphic up. He missed the putt. So that might be a double, depending on what that penalty situation was. But they did not put the graphic up. HV3 looks to be done for the day. Looks to be done for the week. Because he's going to finish at -3. That's not going to be the cut line. We already have 66 inside and likely going in that direction anyway. 66 currently in. I mean, Poulter could literally salvage this whole thing by making birdie on 18 and getting in, but I doubt that's going to happen. 18's playing tough. Okay. So I think we're done here. Varner, I just kind of want to get confirmation that he's done it at -3. I think he's going to be, because I think the best score you can make is a par. Otherwise, the 6 of 6 rate, I will tweet out the final 6 of 6 rate, but right now we're about 5%. So follow me on Twitter at RickRunGood. Follow the guys over at Cut Sweats. Subscribe to Cut Sweats. Again, as I've told you guys countless times, it's the only other site that I actually pay for. I think it's valuable. I know you will too. Sign up for that. I'll tweet out the final rate, but we're just waiting on this HV3 round to go final. And it should absolutely be going final any moment here. He should be at -3, and that should end it. So that means that without a miracle from Mito, and he's basically done now. He's done. He's got to play his last 6 under. Mito Pereira is going to be the highest owned player to miss the cut. He's going to be 2 over. Emiliano Grillo still outstanding. He could be there. HV3 and Will Zalatoris and Kevin Streelman are going to be the other golfers over 10% ownership, along with Tringale and probably Knox, that will miss the cut. Brooks is now making a mess of this. He just missed a very short putt. Grillo just made birdie at 13. That gets him back inside the cut line. So that's good for the 14% of you, but still Mito Pereira is going to be the highest owned golfer to miss the cut here. So a couple of final notes. It sounds like that was a triple for Brooks. So Brooks, yeah. So that's going to move him from -3 to even. He's done. And we've got ourselves a weekend. What are we rooting for? The only answer is Victor Hovland. It's the only answer. If you haven't listened to the interview, the conversation I had with Victor, it's on my YouTube channel at RickRunGood, on Twitter, all that good stuff. Enjoy the weekend, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for popping on, and I will catch you soon.